Breakthrough Media. Truth always wins out in the end because it outlives falsehood. Breakthrough Media.
Are you listening?
As the Ukraine scandal backfires on the Biden family, the Pelosi's may be the next to come under scrutiny. An old promotional video resurfaced on Thursday, more than 6 years after it was uploaded by an energy company which does business in Ukraine. The video starts out with Nancy Pelosi speaking about her efforts in office to push for clean energy.
Breaking our crippling addiction to oil.
Her message is followed by a promotional statement from her son Paul, who is a board member of Visk Oil and an executive at its related company Energy Lab.
My name is Paul Pelosi. Of course, I'm on the board of Viscal Oil. And Viscal's here today to talk about accelerating the future. And that's what Viscal Oil does. It uses technology to maximize the use of natural resources, like oil and other resources.
Just 2 years after this video was uploaded, Pelosi led a congressional delegation to Ukraine to discuss issues like energy security. And her son traveled to the country as recently as 2017 on behalf of the Corporate Governance Initiative, where he now serves as executive director. While the official reason given for his visit was to discuss a youth soccer partnership program with the Ukrainian government, clips of that trip are now reportedly being removed from online. One of those clips was saved by the American Mirror on Twitter with the caption, "What's really going on here?"
So you have a corporate governance business, and you're here in Ukraine speaking with representatives from the government, investment bankers, discussing certain things related to soccer.
Exactly.
This comes as Hunter Biden faces similar allegations that he used his father's position to make lucrative business deals in Ukraine and China. Kara McKinney, One America News.
Breakthrough Media.
About the state of the Democratic Party out on the campaign trail. Well, their frontrunner is the former Vice President Joe Biden. Remember, about 24 hours ago, we were here on the same couch saying that Joe Biden was assuring the Des Moines Register he simply would not comply with any subpoena to appear at an impeachment trial and talk about Ukraine. And we were saying, how could he possibly say that? Isn't that hypocritical? Because he and other Democrats have been saying the president must come forward. The president must make sure his aides are available. If they get a subpoena, they should testify, whether it's John Bolton, whether it's Mick Mulvaney. All of a sudden, Joe Biden was saying, I'm not going to testify. I'm not going to obey a subpoena. Maybe he heard the criticism because now he's backpedaling. Watch.
I would obey any subpoena that was sent to me. But the point I was making as it relates to me is the only rational reason that I could possibly be called an impeachment trial was, can I shed any light on whether or not he committed the crime he's accused of? And there is no reason to believe I would have any notion about whether he committed that crime. Every single solitary person has investigated what's happened in Ukraine, including all the people who are under oath in his administration said Biden's as clean as a whistle. Biden did his job. The question is, did in fact Trump do his job?
Yeah, sorry, Joe Biden. That's actually not the case. So Joe Biden is trying to say, look, guys, there's nothing to see here. No big deal in regard to him, his son, and Burisma. Well, guess what? That's not what Obama officials thought when they were prepping the former Ukrainian ambassador, Marie Yovanovitch, for her confirmation hearing, peppering her with questions, preparing her for questions about Hunter Biden and Burisma. That's not what George Kent thought, a State Department official who brought up these concerns to Biden's people. Also, that is not what John Kerry, former Secretary of State, who was Secretary of State at the time, his own stepson, thought when he distanced himself from the company with Hunter Biden, distanced himself from Hunter Biden, and then raised those concerns with the State Department. That's not what those people thought.
Yeah, and I watched that videotape, and I think that's the single sleepiest presidential candidate I've ever seen.
Joe exclamation.
Wandering around the stage, whispering into a microphone, contradicting, just watch that. Doesn't that motivate you? Contradicting himself from the day previous because of the hypocrisy in that case. And also, we're hearing now the Senate doesn't want to have witnesses. They likely leadership there just wants to proceed with the trial, get it done quickly and swiftly, which means his reversal makes him look like he's willing to do it, but he never expects to be called anyway or called to account. You can't make it up. That guy's the front runner of the Democrat Party, and he puts us to sleep.
Right.
And they think they're going to motivate a country.
Clean as a whistle, he said.
Clean as a whistle at $80,000 a month.
Maybe we could do the headlines.
It's an expensive whistle.
Really low.
Should we do them really low in the voice?
Turning now to your headlines.
I'm already asleep.
Breakthrough Media.
Gentlemen, whenever you have a group of individuals who are beyond any investigation, who can manipulate the press, judges, members of our Congress, you're always going to have within our government those who are above the law.
Breakthrough Media.
Are you listening?